I'm going to walk you through exactly how I work with my executive assistant. This is in theory, it is how we actually operate. The real tools we use, the systems that work, and the little tips and tricks that people just don't even talk about. I'm Trisha Shortino, the CEO of BELAY. And before I ever led a company, I actually was an executive assistant. So I've been on both sides of this partnership. Before we begin, I want to introduce you to someone.
Hi, I'm Cameron, Trisha's executive assistant for the past 4 years. I'm based in North Carolina, and although we work remotely, we operate as if we're in the same room.
She keeps me running with more precision than I have ever managed on my own. So here's what's been actually working for us. Step number 1, you want to spot what's stealing your time and energy, and for me, it was my inbox. It used to own me completely and is one of those things I held on to the end. I felt like every email was urgent, it was constant, and I was constantly context switching, and it was draining my focus. However, I felt it was so personal, I couldn't possibly delegate it. How would somebody know how to think like me going through my inbox? The truth is, I knew it was time to let go. So Cameron and I worked together and we built a system to fix that.
We use a simple 3-folder system to manage inbox in an effort to keep Trisha both informed and also aligned on high priority work. Let's start with folder number 1, the Cameron folder. If an email comes through and it's something that I can take action on, I will drag and drop to the Cameron folder. If Trisha gets to the email first and she wants me to take action, she will drag and drop to the Cameron folder. And this signals to both of us, Cameron's got it, don't touch it. Folder number 2, the read folder. We use this folder primarily when Trisha is traveling or on PTO. If an email comes through and it's something that's not urgent, but Trisha needs to read it for context, I will drag and drop to the read folder. Again, signaling to Trisha, read it when you get a chance. Folder number 3, the done folder. This is my catch-all. It gives Trisha the visibility to see all the emails that I have taken action on. It simply means to her, no action needed, I've taken care of it, and simply serves as an FYI. By implementing this simple 3-folder system, this keeps Trisha and I aligned and informed and ensures that nothing slips through the cracks.
Want to know the best part of all this? Cameron reads my inbox for 30 minutes every day just to absorb my style and my priorities.
When I first started, I was overwhelmed by the thought of having to actually respond as Trisha. So I kept a log of Trisha replies, certain words or phrases that she would use to help me gain the confidence to reply on more and take more ownership. From there, it's gotten me to where I am today. I can confidently write and respond on behalf of Trisha. Better yet, the person on the other end doesn't know it's actually me and not Trisha.
Step number 2, get clear on what only you can do and honestly, only what you should do. That's 2 different things. There was a season when I was doing way too much operational work. Transparently, that's the work I love. I was scheduling and making meetings for agendas in addition to running them. I was double checking task lists. I was co-leading projects and following up on project work. But I'm the CEO and I was operating like I was also a fractional COO. And transparently, I was. And that wasn't leadership. That's not the CEO the company needed. That was my control. So I tried something I never thought I'd do before. I made a simple list of all the things that only I can do. Everything else I decided was time to delegate.
When Trisha first started delegating, I could tell she wasn't quite ready to let go. However, looking back now, Trisha will tell you it was one of the best things she did to help free up her time and focus. The process was seamless. Why? We built processes. I had a detailed list of preferences and expectations so that I could then take full ownership of these tasks off her plate and be able to execute them confidently.
I needed a dedicated operator that wasn't me so I could be free to think and lead like the CEO I needed to be. And that means thinking about the future. Step number 3, build weekly rhythms to transfer your ownership. So you want to remove friction from your calendar and from all your decisions and for any tasks that come your way. This is where your EA can actually lead you instead of the other way around.
So Trisha and I meet every week, Monday morning at the same time. Let's walk through what the agenda looks like. Here's the template. First, we'll kick off with an end of week recap. I will high level the things that I have completed and just let her know. Next, we'll dive into objectives and key results. These are things that I'm being measured against and I update her on my progress. Then we'll dive into what's on my plate. What are those bigs that I'm working on and things that are coming ahead? Next, we'll dive into challenges or setbacks. This is an opportunity for me to ask any questions that I might have. Again, those roadblocks that I need her to clear for me. Then we'll jump into calendar and travel. I've proactively looked ahead on her calendar. Maybe I see conflicts or maybe I've moved something. This is a chance for me to keep her in the loop. Last but not least, we'll end with need to knows and FYIs. Maybe I need to pick my son up early or I have a personal commitment. This just lets her know that I need to step away for a minute. Remember, this is not just a meeting, this is an alignment zone and how we stay aligned.
Cameron has full authority to reroute anything that she knows does not meet my attention.
So one example of a task that Trisha has fully rerouted and delegated to me is article reviews. Once I was able to fully master her voice, the way she thinks, the way she writes, the way she responds, she now was able to confidently delegate this task to me. So now it hits my desk, not hers. I am able to review, provide feedback, and give final approval on all articles without Trisha even needing to lay eyes on it.
Step number 4, design your ideal work week. So you want your calendar to mirror your priorities. I like to create a brand new Google Calendar that actually has the time blocks of what I ideally want to spend my time on. Then I will overlay it on top of my existing calendar to see how off I am. Then I will work to reprioritize everything on my calendar to make sure it fits into my ideal work week. This is actually something that I work on multiple times a year because as CEO, you know your priorities are constantly changing. I also love this exercise because it also helps me understand areas I need to improve and maybe areas that I have failed to let go of that it's now time. So for example, Fridays used to be my overflow days. So they used to get leftover meetings or piled up meetings, or they used to be like all my default tasks that got postponed throughout the week became my Fridays. What happened? My Fridays became my busiest days. So we changed all that. We decided Friday was a strategy day, a purpose day, a vision day. I thought it was going to be really hard to be able to fit every meeting I needed to into Monday through Thursday, but you know what happens when you actually insist something happens? It becomes reality. This margin, this decision I've made has given me the best ideal work week. It's given me the time to really imagine where the business can go. It's created structure and it's helped identify gaps, and it's helped me come up with new pathways to grow myself and the organization. And it's where I see that I can lead consistently without reacting. When you build a calendar that reflects your real role, everything shifts. You show up as a leader and the leader your team needs. If your assistant is just booking meetings and answering emails, you're barely scratching the surface here. The right partnership can completely change how you operate as a leader. If you want to build something like what Cameron and I have, grab my free guide, the 40-Hour CEO Guide. I'll show you exactly how to set this up in your own business.